So did I ever think that I was going to die? I'm usually asked this question from people who are truly in the thick of their current struggle and is in so much physical pain, they're not sure how they're going to move on. I'm always tempted to ask in return for, did I ever think that I was going to die? Do they think they're going to live forever? See, when I got sick, that's not when I learned that I was going to die. Dying is appointed once into all of us, right? We're all going to die. You've heard me present in any of my professional presentations, you've probably heard me make reference to none of us are getting out of here alive. But the wake-up call of realizing that your timetable may not be what it once was in your own mind, and the true reality of knowing that you're knocking on the door to death is definitely gut-wrenching and life-changing, as opposed to dwelling on, was I going to die on that timetable. I was determined to focus on the fact that I knew that I was going to be healed without a doubt. I never, honest to goodness, I never doubted my healing on any given day. Now, what I did not know is that if I was going to have healing on this side or the next. See, I know that I'm going to have a perfect body one day, and that I'm going to live in eternity in heaven. So I know that, and I know that without a doubt. But I did not know where that healing, if that was going to be my healing, or if I would see improvement on this earth. So that's where my mind tried to stay as much as I could. But the reality of living it day in, day out was hard. So I can remember two times particularly, and this was about over a 5-year span that I was not well. But I remember 2 times very well crying out to God and begging Him to either raise me up or take me out. I can tell you that in that moment, it did not matter which one He chose. I was just at a place to where I didn't feel like I could take it anymore. Watching your family watch you suffer does play a toll on you, and obviously it's playing a toll on them. So I definitely am grateful that when I cried out for Him and begged, please take me out or raise me up, that He delivered in the sweetest, most precious way. See, I didn't get better when I cried out. How He responded was He gave me what I stood in need of, not what it was that I thought I wanted or had to have. See, at those points, I was able to have the absolute most sweetest, sincerest rest with the most heavenliest dreams that truly restored me my strength in the moment, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, to where when I awakened from that, I was able to press on. And that's the really awesome thing about our Heavenly Father. Much like our earthly parents, when one of our kids cry out, we hear it, but we don't always run to them. Sometimes they fell down. Sometimes they're hurt. but we're going to watch closely and let them get back up on their own. They have to learn to brush themselves off. And then there's those cries when we hear our kids that is blood curdling and we're about to break our neck just to get to them, and we know that there's a crisis in the making, and there's usually emergency room trips to follow as well. God hears our earnestness and our genuineness and our desperation, and He knows when we truly have cried out and we can't go any further. And so I'm grateful that at those points, he always delivered. He's always on time. So as far as did I think I was going to die, always knew I was going to die. I'm still going to die. What's important is I know where I'm going to spend eternity. So if you're struggling, I would just encourage you to be careful where your focus is, and how you approach things. It was heartbreaking as one of the boys, and they were still very young, was like, "No, Mama, you don't understand. We really thought you were going to die. I don't think you realized how sick you were." Like, yeah, actually I did. So hope that helps.